Hello guys, today our concern is about the backup and recovery concepts. So first of all, we are gonna see that what is the part of administrator, or what are the duties that are the part of administrator's job. So first of all, it has to first duty is to protect its database from the failure wherever the possible. So he ensured that the database is open and available when the users uses. So when to achieve that goal, the DBA anticipates and work to avoid common cause of the failures, to work to increase the mean time between the failure that negatively affect our availability. Next, to protect by the redundancy. Redundancy means the duplication or the copy of the data. Next, the decrease the time to recover means MTTR. MTTR by practicing recover procedure in advance and configuring backup so that they are really available when needed. And last but not the least, to minimize the loss of the data. Next, what are the categories of failure? Yeah, what are the type of the failure that we are gonna face? So what are the types of failure? First of all, we have statement failure, user process failure. Statement failures include when user adds the wrong data or insert selection, update or delete failures. User process failures means with the user processing when the user process the data, so it add the wrong data. Or network failure, the database connectivity errors is known as the network failures. User errors, like like user errors mean that the data delete the table space. Next, the instant failure, when the instances fail. Media failures means the hardware or the media failure. Next is statement failures. What are the types of the typical problems that are faced in the statement failures are when user attempts to enter invalid data into the table. So when it attempt to perform the operation with insufficient privileges, or it attempt to allocate the space that fail, or the logical errors in the application. User process failures is when the user perform an abnormal disconnect, or when the session is abnormally terminated, or a user experience a program error that terminate the section. So the possible solution is that DBA action is not usually needed to resolve the user process failure. Instead, background process rollback uncommitted changes and release the logs. Next, we have the network failures. Like we discussed earlier, that network failures means the listener failure, or the network connection fails, or the network NIC cards fail, network interface card fails. So what are the possible solution for the listener failures? Is that to configure a backup listens and connect that time failover. For NIC, configure a multiple network cards, or for the connection fails, configure a backup network connection. User error, we have using flashback technology. First is the viewing past status of the data while doing data back, and the fourth in the time, or assisting users in the error analysis and recovery. Next, for error analysis, Oracle, we use the Oracle flashback query, Oracle flashback version query, and Oracle flashback transaction query. These are the three types for the error analysis. And for error recovery, we have the Oracle flashback transaction, backouts, Oracle flashback table, and the Oracle flashback drop. User error includes the user unintentionally delete or modifies the data, or user drop the table. So instance failures means power outage, or the hardware failure, or failure of one of the critical background process, or emergency shutdown procedures are. So that's it for today. Let's discuss next in the further video. Thank you.